Now, we're joined today by... He's becoming a regular now because he's such an active man, you know. I want to welcome Dan. Morning, Dan. Dan Hallett.
Morning, Kev. How are you doing?
All right. So, Dan, now, last week you were in and... you was off to Sweden. No, you went off to Sweden on Thursday for a massive bike ride, and you come back in one piece.
Yeah, it was brilliant, absolutely fantastic thing. Really, really enjoyed it.
Okay, so just briefly for our guests, for our listeners, tell us what it all involved and who it was for.
Right, I ride for a group called Cyclist Fighting Cancer, which is a charity which we supply bikes to kids who have had cancer and are coming back out through rehab, etc., after they've had chemotherapy. They have trouble with things like balance, walking, muscle breakdown, etc. through chemotherapy. So we buy bikes that are specially built for the kids, custom built, which gets them out on the wheels. They're able to get back out, play with mates, family, etc.
Okay, but last week you undertook a massive challenge yourself, didn't you? Yeah,
myself and 27 others from the group, we went over to Sweden and we rode 300k, or as you say, now we're at the 186-mile ride. We started at 9:30 last Friday night, and we basically did it in 12 hours riding. Through wind, rain, sleet. We had everything thrown at us, but it was an amazing thing.
Okay, great. Well, thanks for that, Dan. That's a little introduction as to what's coming up, how Dan got on, and we'll ask him later on if he was listening to ABBA for 12 hours. Now, I want to bring in Oliver. Good morning, Oliver.
Good morning.
Hang on, let's just technically, that's it, put the microphone on. Morning. Now, Oliver, you're a busy man. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you still at school?
No, I finished all my exams now.
Have you? Right, okay, so it's a bit of an in-between time for you, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, but you're involved in... I've got a list of things that you do. You're involved in a lot of football, a lot of media stuff, yeah? So tell us, I've got here, the most interesting one, I think, is that you do this. You're the social media officer for the London South East Women's Football League. How on earth did you get that job?
Well, I'm part of a programme called Football Futures, and I do the website admin for a league.
For the league, yeah.
And then I got an email saying that the Women's League were looking for a social media officer, and then I thought I might as well put my name forward.
Oh, great.
And I was the only applicant.
You're right. Okay, so does that involve a lot of travelling, get your dad out and...
It can do.
Yeah. Do you have to actually go to the games, or do you just sort of do the media from home?
I can do the media from home, but if I do go to the games, we get free entry.
Oh, great. Okay, great stuff. Okay, well, sit there, Oliver. We're going to be coming back to all of you, but we're just introducing our guests this morning. We've got a cracking show lined up, and we just want to say hello to them. Now, we're joined now by Kylie Hassall. Good morning, Kylie.
Good morning, Kevin.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Good. Now, you've got a massive event coming up tomorrow. Tell us what you're up to tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow it's Leeds Castle Triathlon, and I'm doing the Olympic distance. So that's a 1,500 metre swim around the castle, and a 25-mile bike ride and a 10k run. 10k
run, right. Well, I hope the weather's nice for you. Now, how do you fancy swimming in an English moat?
Don't forget excited, actually.
Do you think they'll have, like, guys with suits of armour, just ready to help you and assist you? It'd be great. And it's just I've been looking on their website, Leeds Castle Triathlon, and it's a great venue anyway. But I hope they got the dragons out of the moat.
I'm just hoping I get a chance to take in the scenery.
Yeah. Well. It's because it's a pretty tasty. Have you been up there? Have you ever been up there?
I went a few years ago.
Did you?
But it's a beautiful castle. So.
Yes, but you've got a very early start as well.
Yes.
These triathlons, they do like to start you early, don't they? You don't get a lie-in if you're a triathlete on a Sunday.
Nope. 7:15 start.
7:15 up at Leeds. So that's an hour. So you must be up 4 o'clock, something like that. 4:04.
Yeah, to have breakfast, have my porridge.
Yeah. And
go register and.
Right. Okay. Right. Sit tight, all three of you. We're going to play a bit of music and let's see what's coming up. I have been dipping into the playlist a little bit because this is one for you, Kylie. Now, the other thing today, Kylie, is that it's your birthday, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so we all want to wish you a happy birthday. And there we go. Give her a big round of applause for Kylie. And this is a special song just for you.
105.9 Academy FM.
Saturday Sport. You're listening to the Sportsferret on Academy FM.
Academy FM.
we go, a bit of Kylie for Kylie. We're going to tell you later on what her brother's name is. So have a little think, you know, Kylie. What else could her brother be called? I hope he's listening. If he's not, we want to say good morning to... But we'll let you know in a minute. Now, Kylie, come in. Kylie. Now, you're Folkestone based, but you were born in South Africa. Is that right?
Yes, in Johannesburg.
Sorry, where was you born?
In Johannesburg.
Okay, so did you have a sporty background, sporty childhood?
I did. My whole family are
Really
very sporty, so
okay.
I did lots of different sports at school.
Yeah, so was you good at sport at school?
I wasn't bad.
Yeah, I mean, because, you know, some people perhaps find sport a bit later on in life, you know, not always, you know, best at sport at school. It kind of, some people they didn't like sport. From what my experience of being in this chair and having lots of local guests in, some didn't like sport at school, but you did. What's your kind of your favourite? You're a triathlete now, so what's your first love sport, do you think?
Well, that would have to be running.
Yeah.
As you know, I was running with Folkestone Running Club for many years.
Yeah.
Before that, when I was at university, it was University of Kent
Right.
athletics team.
So how did the drip feed take into triathlon?
Well, you know, my brother's been doing triathlons for many years now, and he's always tried to encourage me to do them because he's always enjoyed them. And a few years ago, I actually had a knee injury, which set me back a bit with the running. And I thought, well, I've got to do something different. And I started cycling.
Right.
And I started swimming because I couldn't run. And my knee actually got better.
Did it?
And from then I started...
You sort of put the three together
yeah,
and
I thought, well, why not?
put them in the right order. Okay, so now tell us a little bit about your triathlon background then. When was your first triathlon? Was you really nervous at your first triathlon?
It was last July.
Yeah.
And yes, I was terrified.
Yeah. Where was that?
It was at Thorpe Park.
Thorpe Park. Oh, okay. Right. So where was the swim? They got a lake up there?
So, yeah, it was in the lake.
Yeah.
It was 1,500 metres in the lake. And then the bike went out around Thorpe area. And then, the run was actually around the amusement park.
Was
2
it?
laps.
Oh, right. Oh, but that was exciting, really, was it?
Yeah.
Because you something to take your mind off things.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Good
Brilliant. So then where did you go from there then, triathlon-wise?
And then the next one I did was actually Hever Castle.
Hever Castle. So you've swum in a moat before then?
Well,
Was there
that was more kind of a river.
Yeah,
We didn't really go around the actual
around the castle.
castle.
Yeah.
But that was a hard one.
Was it?
That was a...
Why was that? What's the difference?
It was a hilly hilly bike course and a very hilly run.
Was it? Okay, right. So, I mean, how'd you find swimming? Have you ever done a sea swim? Do you ever swim in the sea at all?
I have a few times.
Yeah.
Folkestone,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay. But not competed in a sea
But
swim?
not compete. No,
No,
not competitively.
right.
Just training swims.
Right. Now, so you I know you're from Folkestone Running Club days. So your knee injury, how's that now?
It's fine. The bike has saved my knee, I think. Just
Did it?
building up the muscles around it.
Right, okay, so that's a good thing. Okay, we'll sit tight now because we're going to tell... well, I'll tell you what we do. We'll have a little chat about your brother. Now, your brother, I have met your brother. He was on a flying visit from America. It was a couple of years ago, and we went out for a stroll along the Leas. And so he's got a fantastic sporting background, hasn't he? Tell us a little bit about your brother.
So he was actually... at school he did all sorts of sports as well. He was swimming, running, and then obviously football was his main sport, which he did very well in.
Has he done marathons?
He's done one marathon.
Was that the New York one?
Was the New York
you were
one.
talking about this the other day, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, great. So I want to say good morning to Kylie's brother, and if you're wondering what his name is, then this song might tell you. There we go. That was for Kylie's brother, Elton. Good morning, Elton. He's in Minneapolis. Fast asleep at the moment, but we're hoping he can catch up with us during the week when all this goes on Facebook. And I want to say good morning to Eloise there up on the Leas. That's Kylie's mum. And a special day for you, as it's Kylie's birthday as well. Do you remember that time all them years ago? Oh, come on. It's easy. Push. Nothing to it. Right. Now then, we are going to talk football. We're going to bring Oliver in and his dad, Shaun. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
Okay, right. Now, Oliver, we just started. We've got a huge list of stuff that you do. So we're going to work our way through some of these. But I'm going to go straight to another one that I find really interesting. You had a training course at the Wembley Stadium. So what was that all about? I mean, was it in the little office in the car park?
It was in the chief executive's boardroom.
Oh, was it?
And it was about a system that I used to update the scores for the league tables.
I see, right. And did you get a chance to have a little look around the stadium?
Not too much.
No.
It was more, because it was quite rushed, because by the time we come out, the players were going in, so we had to go out so that then they could go in.
Okay, but you got a little reward for it, I hear.
Yeah.
And what was that?
I got a award at school. Yeah.
For going to the stadium.
Yeah.
You got a return visit.
Yeah, we got. It was on the same day as the Estonia game, and we got complimentary tickets to that game.
Did you? Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to bring Dad in now. Good morning, Shaun.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good. Now, Shaun. So you got a freebie to Wembley because of Oliver, is that right?
Yeah. Oliver can't drive, so I had to
of
drive him
course.
to Wembley
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sit through the course with him, which was interesting.
Oh, so you sat through the course as
Yeah,
well?
I did, yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
And did you? What was the course again? It was a media course, wasn't it?
It was they've got a website called Full Time, which is what all of the sort of local non-league and so on used for their results and league tables. So it was how to use that and how to create fixtures and put results in and goal scorers and bookings and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
Right. So for reward for that, you got a free ticket to Estonia game. So
Yeah.
So you went up to that. Was that much later in the calendar?
No, it was the same day. So
it was the same day.
Yeah, all on the same day. So
right. So
really
you didn't have to go back. That was good.
No, it was good.
Good. And did you get decent tickets, or was that sort of in the back row, like row Z 95?
We was right down the front by the corner flag, sort of pitch level.
Yeah.
It was great. It was our first. I think it's the first time we've been to see England at Wembley.
Yeah.
It was really good atmosphere.
Yeah. Good crowd.
Yeah, very.
Excellent. Okay. Right now, Oliver, bringing you back in, Oliver. Now, you're obviously still in your infancy when it comes to football, if you like, because I've got a list of things that you hope to do. You hope to become a qualified coach. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm looking to complete a coaching course at some point.
Okay. And are you still involved with any local football yourself?
Yeah, I play. I'm currently playing for Folkestone Victor disability team. But because of my exams, I haven't been playing recently.
Right, okay. Now, I know that lot, and I do follow them. I've been following them for a number of years now. We've had Garrett Wilson in, the manager, in the studio, and I've been up to their cup finals, and I've seen it, and I'm really impressed with the standard of football that they play. It's great to watch them. And I went to watch them at a cup final at Invicta. I was doing the PA for them. I was in the PA box. And let me get this right. They played the Charlton Deaf team, that's right. And, I mean, it's so simple. You know, now, just because you're deaf doesn't mean you can't take part in sport, as we've seen over recent years. But the referee had a flag. All right, so, I mean, if he blows his whistle, a lot of the other players can't hear it. So he had a flag. It was so simple, and it worked every time. Every time that flag went up for a free kick, everyone respected it. Now then, now you're an assistant manager with Christchurch Dad's team, is that right? So what is that all about?
Well, Dad runs the team for Christchurch, and it's like dads that have children at Christchurch.
Schools, yeah.
And I help him out with the running of the team.
Oh, great! So Shaun, come in. Now, Shaun, so you're a dad from the Christchurch team. Now, this is we've had Herbie Tyler in. You know Herbie, yeah, Herbie. Now he's one of the great founders. He loves pushing football. So how many games do you get in your dad's league? Are there many? Is it a growing?
There's 6 teams at the moment, and I think on average we've had sort of 6 teams in the league each year. We sort of really try hard to get other teams involved in it, but we tend to have 6 every season. There's a lot of primary school teams in the area, and we'd love to have 10, 12 teams.
So where do you play your games?
We play them at Free Hills on the 3G pitch.
Great, that's great. That 3G pitch is just like it's booked morning, noon and night, isn't it?
It's amazing.
It's amazing, yeah. Okay, sit tight. We're running away again. I haven't even started on the cricket, but we're going to play a bit of music and come back to the more local sport in the area.
The Saturday Sports Show, brought to you by the Natural Health Centre in Folkestone, one of the biggest multi-therapy centres in the area.
105.9 Academy FM.
105.9 Academy FM.
Saturday Sport. You're listening to the Sportsferret on Academy FM.
Academy FM.
So you told us a little bit about the start of the show, but tell us about the downsides. I mean, was there any time I've read here in your report that you were soaking wet and the temperature dropped? Was that sort of a bit of a low point for you?
Yeah, it was. As I say, we started at night, so you're riding through. There was only an hour and a half of darkness, but around about 1 o'clock, the heavens opened and it absolutely threw it down.
Did it?
And the rain was going through the neck of my jacket and coming out through the arms. And it was just.
Was that expected, or was that?
It was expected, but we didn't expect it to be that hard. So everybody got a little bit down, but finally somebody decided to start singing 10 Green Bottles.
Oh dear!
So there were the 10 of us riding down the road singing 10 Green Bottles. But the other thing is that the way the Swedes were set this thing up, it's amazing. There were parties going on the side of the road, even in the rain. There were people out there with plastic bin bags on.
Right.
And you're riding along, there's a barbecue going, and somebody's handing you out marshmallows cooked on the barbecue on sticks.
Really?
And all the houses have got like jam jars with little night lights in them outside. It was lovely, fantastic.
Okay.
But the atmosphere was amazing, and it just kept you going. And luckily enough, the organisers put on proper feed stations. So after we got really cold at about 2 a.m. We were able to stop in a hall. We had meatballs and mashed potatoes and gherkins. They love gherkins.
I should think anything, yeah.
But it was great. Really good atmosphere. Really enjoyed it.
Okay, now you sent me the link from Sweden to click onto. It was a YouTube link, and I went onto it, and it was a live feed from the finish. Excuse me. And I didn't really grasp just how big this event was. I mean, to me, it looked like London Marathon, London to Brighton, just all rolled into one. It was massive, wasn't it?
It was enormous. The town Matala is turned into a cycling village for a week. On this particular ride, we do the Veteran, and there are 4 different lengths of it. You can do 150k, 75, or the all-out 300 that we did. And there are 33,000 people who enter it.
33,000.
But the way they stagger the start, they start in the afternoon of the Friday, and they finish on the Saturday, and it's every 20 minutes 60 riders went off, and that was it. But it just didn't seem packed. It was amazing.
Yeah. And were there any it was 300 kilometres around a lake, were there any isolated points where you drove or you cycled for a long time and you just didn't see anybody?
Well, no, not really.
Really?
There were bits and bobs. You went through forests, but it was amazing. The organisation is incredible. You go through forests and it was dark, but they'd actually put generators with lights in the forest, so the way was lit. And people were driving along with cars, and we'd have police bikes. There were 10 in my particular group. We split the groups into fast, medium, and whoever wanted to do it at a particular rate. So my group had 10, so we all stuck together, helped each other along, pushed each other up hills when we got to it. But it was great, because we'd be riding along, and suddenly a police outrider would pull up alongside us, and are you okay, guys? Yeah, and he'd go on. So there was never a time that you're actually stopping. And as I say, people are out having parties. You're driving along, suddenly hear music, and blimey, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. They're still going.
Right. Was it ABBA all the time?
Oh no,
12 hours of ABBA.
It was the Swedish chef off the Muppets.
Was it? Yeah, great stuff. So, I mean, I didn't realise that the Swedes were such a big cycling nation. They love their cycling.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, getting back to the nitty gritty, this is why you did it. You were raising money for Cyclists Fighting Cancer, and we spoke about this several times on this show. And I've seen their Facebook page, and it is fantastic the work that they do. And it's such a simple idea that you take a bike and you adapt it specially for perhaps a youngster that wants to get back into like the mainstream, wants to be part of the kids on the street and on their bike, and it's specially adapted. So I've got here that in front of me the figure, but I want you to tell us just how much your group raised with your trek.
Well, on the last count, which was on Saturday when we came back on the coach, we'd raised £21,000.
£21,000. Round of applause, come on, for Dan and the team there. That is awesome.
I'm keeping my Just Giving page open because I'm doing other events and I'm going around representing Cyclists Fighting Cancer, trying to get more in. Hopefully at the end of it we'll probably have somewhere in the region of between 27 and 30,000.
That is brilliant. That is fantastic.
So that's basically 30 bikes.
So that's what I was just going to ask you. I mean, that sounds a lot of money, but I mean, these bikes must be very expensive as well. Yeah. Okay. Right, Dan. So before the day is out, we're going to get your Just Giving page up there. So if anyone's been touched by this story, then you can just see. Go on the Facebook page, Cyclists Fighting Cancer. Honestly, it does. It brings tears to your eyes. It's there's some lovely pictures on there. Okay. We've had enough speaking. A bit of time for a bit of music and. I don't know, let's hit the button and see what happens in case it all goes wrong again.
105.9 Academy FM Folkestone.
Made in Folkestone.
You've got this triathlon tomorrow.
Yes.
Is it an early night for you tonight?
Yes, very early night. I won't be doing much today, relaxing today. And
it's a kind of a shame, really. It's your birthday. You've got to take it really easy, haven't you? You can't let yourself go.
No. That's okay. I'm doing something I enjoy tomorrow, so that's kind of like my birthday present.
Oh, right, good. Is it back to work Monday?
Yes, back to
Oh dear, it's a busy life being a triathlete, isn't it? Now we just said hello to your mum, Eloise, so we say hello again. And she sent you a little text to we got to tell the listeners about your brother.
Yes, we didn't finish the story on Elton. So he actually represented the USA last year.
Did he?
In the sprint and Olympic distance triathlon, and he actually qualified for this year again. But
do you know where he took part? Was this within
Chicago?
It was in Chicago, so it was within America. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So okay.
And he's actually qualified for this year, but I don't know if you know that he's got a new edition.
A new edition, yes, I do. Yes, we're friends on Facebook, and whilst we're not speaking all the time, I do. This is the wonder of Facebook. You don't have to speak to everybody all the time, but you do know what goes on in their life. So yes, now I've seen the little pictures of that. That would be your little nephew.
So he's taking up all of Elton's training time at the moment.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, right. So let's just because we want to say she's probably finished now. Say well done to Nikki Goodwin. Now, Nikki Goodwin is another runner turned triathlete, but there's a subtle difference in the two triathlons today, isn't there? So tell us what that is, Kylie. So what goes on today?
So today was the sprint. So that's the 750 metre swim, 26k bike ride, and 5k run. Well done, Nikki.
Well done, Nikki. And did you sounded like you went straight into the Olympic distance, though, did you? Did you ever try the sprint one?
The shortest one I've done is actually the Hythe Bay one.
Was it?
That was the short one, but I prefer the
longer distance.
The longer one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we will just say to our listeners that we have had the Ashford Tri Club in a few weeks ago, and we Kylie couldn't make it that day. Just tell us this little story about you winning the triathlon and how you heard about it.
Actually, I had no idea where I'd come. I sort of finished the race and went straight home, and I got this call about half an hour later.
Right.
Telling me to come back, that I was first female.
Really?
And it was actually a friend called me who I hadn't seen in years, who I used to work with, and I'd seen him on the course, but...
So you found out you was at home just putting your feet up, unwinding. Kylie, get back on your bike and get down here.
You on, come get your prize.
That's great. Well, Kylie, we're going to say goodbye to you now because we've only got a few minutes left. I want to thank you for coming in. It's been great listening to your story and listening to the stories of Elton. And I just love the two names. Eloise, what were you thinking of?
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's been great. Okay, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Now, Dan, we just want to say goodbye to you. Any last words that you want to say? Give us your web page.
Right, yeah, thanks, Kev. Okay, my Just Giving page is www.justgiving.com/ Dan's Sweden ride. And if anybody would be kind enough, that'd be fantastic to help us hit our target.
Okay, well, I'll try and put a link up on my Facebook page to remind everybody. And Cyclist Fighting Cancer, go onto their Facebook page and have a look. Yeah, it will make you want to donate. They're doing such a great job.
Thank you, Gavin.
Okay, now Oliver and Shaun. Now it's your little turn. Now it's Oliver. We want to wish you well in everything that you're doing. There's some of the things that we never even got to speak about. You're the press officer at Folkestone Invicta Disability Team. You're a qualified first aider. You're looking to do a refereeing course, and you're a friend of the Kent FA Youth Council. So that is a fantastic CV for a youngster of your age. We want to wish you all the best, Oliver, and we want to see you tweeting and blogging and doing all sorts of things. And thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
And Shaun, so, I mean, you must be very proud of Oliver, what he's doing, and although you have to put in the mileages, but that's what dads are for.
Yeah, I'm very proud, and I was going to say that you know, he does this all off of his own back. He doesn't, you know, I don't encourage him to do it. It's what he wants to do, and just out of the blue, he tells me he's got a new job or a new role, and he does really well with it. So he's doing great stuff.
Okay, thanks. Well, thank you all for coming in, guys. Tune in next week. It's my last show next week. I'm only taking a sideways step. I will be around still on radio, but I've created a monster with this show. There's so much to do, and I'm handing it over. And it's going to be in good hands. But we'll see you all next week. And we're going to finish the show with a real Saturday morning tune.
105.9 Academy FM.
The Saturday Sports Show, brought to you by the Natural Health Centre in Folkestone. When it comes to your health, make the right choice.
105.9 Academy FM.